Welcome to Football Film Review with Bennie Joppru. I'm Michael Spath, and looking at the Michigan-Rutgers game. We're going to get to a lot of offensive plays, Bennie's side of the ball here in a few minutes, but we're going to start off at 4:56 to go in the first quarter, and Rashawn Gary gets the sack. And Bennie, you've been there before trying to block defensive ends, and it looks like Rutgers tries to use the cut block here on Rashawn Gary for no success.
Yeah, we've been talking about how well this defensive line uses their hands, and you see here Rashawn does a wonderful job using this technique to defeat the chop block. Puts his hands in the guy, sheds the blocker, doesn't let him get into his body by using his hands, gets around the edge, great leverage and great speed, bending around the corner here and getting some pressure on the quarterback. Mike McCray stays home, giving the quarterback nowhere to go, and eventually Rashawn Gary gets to him here.
Yeah, there was an absurd stat after the game that said that Chase Winovich and Rashawn Gary combined for, I think it was 24 quarterback pressures.
Well, that's an absolutely huge number, and both of them had a really, really good game.
Bennie, 12:49 to go in the second quarter, and Michigan gets a big 20-yard gain from Ty Isaac, and it's got to be a good feeling when your backside pulling guard gets out and there's nobody to block because the front side, the right side of the offensive line does its job so well here. Yeah,
it's a really good job here. Gentry starts it off here with a really great block. He ends up putting his man on the ground. Allows no penetration, so allows all the pulling guard and the pulling tackle to get out front to lead the convoy. Bushel Beatty does a nice job getting on his guy, getting in the way of the safety or corner, defensive back coming off the edge. And then McEwen does a really good job standing on his guy downfield, as does Grant Perry. Everyone on a guy here. And Ty Isaac running really hard, gets down to the 1-inch line and almost gets in.
Grant Perry, too, he takes a little peek over his shoulder to see where the guy's coming so that he knows to block him out towards the sideline, right?
I would think he's taking a peek. He's sensing the play isn't over yet, so he's kind of trying, and he's also trying to see what's going on. But great job blocking downfield by all those guys as well.
And unfortunately, just after Michigan scores, Rutgers scores, and this is something that's been giving them some trouble, and we've talked about it, Bennie, the last couple of weeks, is when they line up somebody other than the quarterback under center. And here's Janorian Grant, a Percy Harvin type wide receiver running back that takes a direct snap and ends up going about 50 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, well, Michigan's been struggling a little bit period with the read option. I mean, I wouldn't say struggling, but the majority of the big plays have either been off the quick screen or the read option, and the same is true here. They line up in the Wildcat, line the quarterback out wide to the left there, and just a really nice athletic cutback by the Rutgers running back here, receiver. And you can't really blame anyone for this play. It's just another guy on the other team making a really, really nice cutback and takes to the house pretty much untouched.
And Michigan's made the quarterback change, and Brandon Peters completed his first pass to Tyrone Wheatley on play action, and now Michigan runs what you think is 4 verticals. Is his first look? Is he supposed to be going to Poggi first, or is this a check down that shows some development of a quarterback early on in his career?
No, you can see the 4 verticals here. It's definitely Michigan trying to take a shot. We've seen it all year. When they get inside the 40-yard line, they like to take shots, and this is one of them right here. As far as I can tell from the limited film angle we have here. But he's looking downfield. You can see his eyes. He's looking for either of the tight ends. And he just calmly hits the check down. And he gets the one-on-one matchup on the check down, makes a good throw, and it's an easy completion to Poggi.
3:03 to go in the second quarter, and Cron Higgins scores on about a 10-yard touchdown run here with Michigan pulling on Wenu. And pulling Ben Mason to get out front side and take out everybody in their way.
Yeah, once again, Gentry kind of leading the way here. Great block, pinning on his down block here, pinning the end down inside, allowing no penetration. Allows the Wenner to get around and kick out the defensive back. And Ben Mason with an absolute knockout block here on the cross block or pull block, whatever you want to call it. But he comes across and delivers a blow that it doesn't seem like this guy's going to recover from anytime soon. And Cronhagen continues to run like a man possessed and barrels his way into the end zone for Michigan's second touchdown of the game. Well blocked all around.
29 seconds to go here, and Michigan ran the 2-minute drill with Brandon Peters, and here he connects with Chris Evans for his first career touchdown pass.
Yeah, Michigan catches Rutgers here in a little bit of a blitz. We have the trip set out to the right, and they're all going to run down, intending to create a pick for the potential man-to-man defense for Chris Evans in the wheel route. This looks like a one-man route to me. Rutgers does a little blitz up the middle, a little double A-gap blitz, and the defensive lineman for Rutgers ends up trying to cover Chris Evans, and that's a matchup I'll take all day. Pretty solid throw here by Peters, and a really good job of Chris Evans adjusting for the ball and gets in for the touchdown. Really well-designed play, and happened to catch Rutgers in probably the worst possible defense for this play.
12:02 to go in the third quarter. Michigan running some more power and getting Onwenu and the fullback Poggi out in front of Cron Higdon, which leads to this 40-yard gain.
Yeah, really nice play once again. Michigan really running a lot of this power this game. They have all season, but today's probably they had the most success with it. Gentry and McEwen do a good job of pinning their guys down inside, allowing Onwenu to pull around for pretty much nobody, and Higdon had a nice big hole to get through here, and is able to keep on.
You've been saying a lot of that with the tight ends, that they've done a really nice job. I know it's Rutgers, but they've done a really good job. It's probably the best that they've done blocking.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with all the tight ends blocking, especially today's game against Rutgers. Gentry did a really nice job. McEwen's been doing a really nice job the last 3 or 4 weeks we've seen, and they're showing up in the run game. There's a reason why we're running so many 2 and 3 tight end sets.
4:54 to go in the third quarter, and there's a lot of impressive plays for Brandon Peters in his first career, his first career opportunity. But this might have been his best, getting flushed out of the pocket, throwing on the run, throwing on his back foot, and hitting Sean McEwen for a 15-yard gain.
So Peters here, I think he feels the pressure on the backside here that gets around the left tackle, and he doesn't panic with his feet. He just kind of calmly does a little soft roll out of the pocket to the right, makes a great throw on the run to Sean McEwen, who did a good job staying alive, getting across the field, and throws a real catchable ball. And McEwen here makes a really nice grab. And it's a really nice combination, good throw, didn't panic, all around a positive play.
And something you and I have pointed out too is that when Brandon Peters gets outside the pocket, he runs on a parallel, like to the line of scrimmage. He doesn't do what John O'Corn does, which takes him about 15 yards backwards and makes those throws impossible.
Yeah, he does a really nice job, staying, like you said, staying parallel to the line of scrimmage and not losing too much ground when throwing the football outside the pocket.
About 54 seconds to go, and Rutgers runs a little bit of a different variation of the option, and this doesn't fool Devin Bush, who every once in a while, again, reminds us the type of player that he has been and will continue to grow into.
Yeah, I mean, Rashawn Gary just doing his responsibility here. He's going to take the quarterback and make the quarterback pitch, and the tight end is going to block up outside on the safety or cornerback, and Devin Bush is free to roam like we'd love to see him do in Don Brown's defense, and he flies to the football and makes a tackle for about a 4-yard loss here.
50-yard touchdown run by Cron Higdon. Really, really good blocking here from a bunch of different guys, Benny.
Yeah, so Michigan actually throws out the unbalanced line to the left there. They swing the right tackle, Bushel Beatty over to left tackle, kick Mason Cole out to the tight end position. He blocks down, throws a really nice block on the defensive end. And Gentry, once again, doing a great job blocking. And big, huge hole for Higdon to run through. But the icing on the cake here that really springs this play is the wide receiver Shanley coming in, digging out the safety, and there's no one there for a winner to block, and
Higdon's off.
Higdon's off to the races.
About 8:34 to go or so in the fourth quarter, and what you want to see out of a quarterback like Brandon Peters is some progression throughout the game and continually make the smart play. And here, facing a 3rd and 6, he checks down to his running back in the flat. Throws a catchable ball to Cron Higdon, who's able to get upfield for a first down.
Yeah, Michigan's going to run a little play action here, and Brandon Peters makes the good quick throw to the flat to Cron Higdon with just enough yardage to gain the first down here on 3rd and 5. And, it's a really good, his first option, I think, here is a tight end, and he is covered up, so Peters comes right back down to the running back, Higdon, who makes a good catch and picks up the first down.